Hello, everyone. Welcome to another wonderful episode of Write and Shine, Shining Through Your Words series, proudly brought to you by Write and Shine Media House. My name is Magriet Potgieter. I'm your host, and I absolutely just feel so privileged with the incredible guests from all over the world sharing their stories, like Sandy today. Sandy, please introduce yourself and tell us a little bit more about your passion. What makes you passionate about why you write what you write?
Certainly, love to. Thank you so much for having me to start with. So I'm Sandy Forster from beautiful Australia on the Sunshine Coast. Very tropical, very gorgeous, lots of beautiful beaches. And my passion is helping women all around the world to really break through their money blocks and really align their body, mind, and spirit so that they can manifest abundance, attract abundance, and create a life of freedom and a life that they're really passionate about. And I've been doing that for quite some time now. And it all started because I was $100,000 in debt and on welfare. And I managed to turn that around. And so I'm very passionate about helping others to really create that abundance.
That is just remarkable. I actually couldn't wait to talk to you because it's so aligned. And, me, myself, being a single parent, especially this money thing, if you can basically, I almost want to say control your money, you can control your life, your destiny, your decisions you make. And it's almost, a way for me as well, being very thankful to know what it feels like not to have. So I almost want to stop there for a while. How did you basically get yourself in a situation with $100,000, that you owed, and how did that make you feel?
Ah, yes, going back, the joy. So for me, what
Sorry,
happened,
I
I
don't.
met a boy in high school, okay? Met a boy in high school, fell in love, went out with him for probably about 10 years. We got married. I had a 6-month-old and a 3-year-old. And what I'd been doing really just like as a hobby, really just I guess just like play money. So I would design and sew swimwear all winter. And then I would, oh my gosh, I'm sorry.
Your boss, mine is sleeping. Don't worry. I love it.
It has never done that before. What's the matter?
Cutie
Oh,
pie.
dearie me.
My boss Nacho is sleeping. Don't worry.
All right. Okay. So where was I? Yeah. So basically what happened was I met the boy at high school, went out for years, we got married, had kids, and I had a hobby. I used to design and manufacture swim and gym wear because I couldn't find nice leotards, couldn't find nice swimwear. I bought some Lycra, thought this will be easy. It wasn't, but I taught myself how to sew Lycra, and I
Wow.
ended up creating more because people said, I love what you're doing. Can I buy one? So I ended up actually having a label, my own label. And I designed and sewed all winter. I would find an empty store down by the beach over summer and I would sell all my stock. And that was our
Wow.
play money. We went on holidays, we put in a pool, we, just had fun with my fun money. But then when we divorced, suddenly that fun money had to be my entire income, and it wasn't
Yes.
enough. It was enough to pay the electricity, put petrol in the car, buy a bit of food, but that was it. And so I found myself getting further and further in debt. I ended up on welfare. So I was trying to build the business up, but it was too hard. Like I had 2 little kids and
Mhm.
I just didn't have the time and didn't have the focus and didn't have the business knowledge, basically.
Yes.
And so I ended up $100,000 in debt from that business. And I was getting $15,000 a year from the government to survive. And for anyone that's ever tried to survive on $15,000, they know it's not possible. You just get further and further in debt. So I was really, oh, it was just not a fun place to be
Mhm.
because I didn't know what else to do. I had tried business. It didn't work. I was so far in debt. I had dropped out of high school. I didn't have any great skills. I really thought that I was going to be struggling with money forever. I was
Yes.
really in a bad place. I was frustrated. I was scared. I was angry. I was, all the negative emotions because I just didn't know how to change anything. And unfortunately, anger was the one that was winning. And I found myself yelling at my kids a lot. And I was just really, I was not a fun mum at all. But very luckily, thank you. I discovered the law of attraction.
Oh,
And I
wow.
discovered mindset and I discovered neuroscience. And it was like, oh my gosh, you don't have to be this perfect, organized, structured, professional business person to make money.
Yes.
You can actually get the support of the universe, and you can do whatever you want. So basically that's what I did. I started to dream about being a millionaire.
Mhm.
I started to imagine what my life would be like as a millionaire. I started to get excited about the possibility of being a millionaire. And things began to change.
I
Opportunities
love it.
began to come to me. I took action. I mean, I think this is the big missing piece to a lot of people when they discover mindset. They discover, say, the law of attraction, and they think they can just sit around and wish something into their
Yes.
lap, but no, it
Very
also takes a
one.
lot of action. Yeah, action is part of the deal.
Yeah.
But yeah, everything changed, and so over the years, I was able to go from welfare to millionaire, and I just loved. I think I loved the way my life changed so much, and I loved the fact that there was something other than being a, professional businesswoman that enabled you to create success. And I just couldn't wait to share it with everyone. So basically, that's how my book came about. I decided I wanted to share my story, share all my secrets, share all the little strategies and tips and processes that I used. And I wanted to get it out into the world. So,
That is
but I
incredible.
didn't go straight from that thought to writing a book. There was something that happened in the middle.
Do you want to share?
I'd love to.
Yes.
So basically, what happened was around that time, I discovered a thing called, and back then it was called teleseminars. So there was no webinar, there was no internet involved. It was just you
Wow.
rang a phone number, you were on a conference line, there was lots of people on it, and you could share. And so I found this platform that had all these teleseminars, and I started listening to them, and I got so
Wow.
excited. And most of them were like in the middle of the night for me. Like I was getting up at 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning to listen to these teleseminars. I was so excited. And then over time, I started rating them. I rated them on who had the most people on the call, whose
Oh,
energy was the highest, what was the topic that most people were interested in, how did they deliver it, what time of day was it. And I rated like dozens and dozens of teleseminars. And then I decided, you know what, I would love to share what I know about the law of attraction. And so I did. I held a call, and mind you, I'm just the worst at being organized. So I didn't even have anything, like no big notes, nothing. I just had a couple of bullet points. And I basically got on this call and I had dozens of people and they loved what I shared. And so then I thought, okay, I'm going to have another one. So I had another one, and these were free. I was just doing them to inspire people. But then on the back of the free ones that other people had, they also had programs. So I thought, oh, I'd love to share more. So I created this 4-part series that was called, oh, what was it? It was called Millionaire Mindset, 7 Steps to Your Prosperity and Surefire Strategies to Increase Your Abundance Forever, something
love
like that.
it.
It was really super long. And basically what I did was I just shared. And over time, those 4 sessions became 6 sessions, and then 8 sessions, and then 12 sessions, because I kept adding stories of what I'd done and adding different processes and exercises that I was using. And so as those teleseminars became longer, like longer series, the price had to increase because it was taking me more time. And I was thinking, I'm not able to reach as many people, because the people that really want to, create more abundance, I'm making it more and more expensive.
Yeah.
So I decided to take all that information, put it into a book, and that was how the book came about.
Oh,
Mm.
wow. And Sandy, we did speak a little before we jumped onto the interview. I just went to visit Botswana, and we share a very big passion, to really, like I choke up, inspire people going through what we went through. Because a few years ago, starting my business as well, I was so broke, I couldn't even pay attention, that, like, and
Mm.
also with a child.
Yeah,
And so I really feel we do go through all of this to inspire. I also teach my child
totally.
You don't
Yeah.
go through anything not on the other side for the something to teach you or, so now also for me meeting with incredible women in Botswana wanting to start their own businesses, but I mean from around the globe, the same message is you can do it. You don't like I showed you the baskets that they weave, and for me, literally, the connection is we weave baskets of hope through our books that we write, for example. So it's almost a matter of some people think they don't have anything. And that I would love to ask you, is anyone listening to us thinking, there's no way out? There's no way out. How on earth do I change this? Because I do believe it is with mindset and everything you're saying. What advice would you give to the person listening, thinking there's no way out of this?
Yeah, you're right. It all comes down to mindset to start with, because you can take a million actions, but if your mindset isn't in the right place, those actions are going to be harder. They probably won't get your results. If they do get your results, those results will probably disappear again. Whereas
Yeah.
when you change your mindset, honestly, the things that I'm learning these days, like when I started teaching this around 20 years ago, we had a bit of an idea what was going on in the brain, but nowadays, oh my gosh, like science is just so developed and
Yeah.
so advanced, and they can just do all sorts of studies on the brain. And literally, if you can start to change your thinking, that's the bottom line. You just need to
Yes.
start to change your thinking. So if you have a thought that I'm never going to be able to get out of this, I don't know how it's going to change, I don't know what I can do, you've basically got to just think the opposite. And the
I love
easiest
that.
way I've always found is to create affirmations. So take some time to sit down and write out all the things, all the reasons why you think your life won't change or how you're stuck. And it might sound, well, what are we focusing on the negative for?
Mhm.
Like, what are we doing that for? Aren't we doing the opposite of what you said? It's just a snapshot in time of your thinking now. And then in another column, you write the opposite.
I love it.
So if it's, I'm never going to be able to get out of this situation, it's like, I am now living the life of my dreams. I'm always going to be broke. I am now abundant and wealthy. So it's just basically taking the negative, turning it into the positive, and then rather than just, okay, that's done and dusted, spend some time and actually read that list out. And
Yes.
as you read it out, feel as if it's real. Because when it comes to manifesting, your thoughts are what send the signal out into the quantum field, send the signal out to the universe. But your feelings are what attract the situations, the opportunities, the circumstances back to you. So say the affirmations, feel as if they're real. And also, what's really, really, I do this all the time. Get your phone, and if you've got an iPhone, voice notes and record the
Love
affirmations.
it.
And
Love
then
it.
as you're going to sleep, listen to them and just let them go. And then as well as, so you've written them out, you've recorded them, you've listened to them, you've said them. Once you've said them, close your eyes and imagine that they're all true. And really just let those feelings, as if it's already happened, just swim around your body, just fill every cell of your being. And then open your eyes and then read it out again. And I think what people do when they learn things like a process of affirmations, they say an affirmation and they think that's it. That's
Yes.
like going to the gym and doing, a dumbbell curl and then going, well, I'm not fit yet. What's going on?
Yes. I
You've got
agree.
to persist. You've got to keep going. You've got to keep at it, because it's that action, that
Yes.
consistent action, that really allows things to change. And when something happens in your life, when an opportunity arises, when a connection is brought to you, when you think of something, you've got to take that action, because quite often people come up with a great idea or have an idea to connect with someone and they don't follow through.
Yes.
But the universe loves speed. The
I love
universe
it.
loves speed and the universe loves action, because it's almost like you're not only saying to the universe, I believe this can happen, I'm going to take action. You're actually saying it to yourself. And
Yes.
when you do that, you're building your belief in yourself. And when you build your belief in yourself, then your mindset starts to change quicker. So it really is that combination of body, mind, and spirit. So it's a combination of aligning your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions. And when the three are aligned, That's when the magic can happen.
I love it so much. And, Sandy, I can so relate with you, with regards to the 2 o'clock up, 3 o'clock up. I remember, starting my business literally from scratch 4 years ago in South Africa. In COVID, things were extremely scary. And also the affirmations played a big part. I remember listening to the phone. I also recorded, but I sounded horrible. You know?
Oh, look,
Like
everyone hates
you're
their
so
voice when they first hear it.
tired and like I just still remember listening, dude, like I need to sound a bit more as if I believe it. But it's definitely a skill you learn. And also just the staying up in the mornings already, I think, is a shift without you really realizing it. Because I remember also attending a lot of webinars and stuff and learning from people that I really looked up to. What would you recommend, people listening do? Buy your book. Do you have any webinars or anything that you do that people can join? Do you have a group? Please tell us more.
Yeah, sure. Would definitely get my book. I don't know if it's right way or if it's back to front. I
It's
can't tell.
perfect. It's perfect.
Okay. So how to be wildly wealthy fast? Because one of the things I have in there is such a powerful process that it can literally transform everything. So it's filled
Wow.
with dozens and dozens of processes, but one of them is I share successes of my students and I
Wow.
actually teach you how to listen in a way that actually has you manifest more. Because I
Wow.
think often people listen to other people's success and rather than going, wow, isn't that great? That's amazing. It's like, oh, and they feel this kind of stab in the heart that it's not
Yes.
me and I'm jealous and why them and there's something wrong with me. Whereas when you listen to someone else's success, so anyone who's listening to this podcast, instead of thinking, oh, but she's different, she's probably, got something special that's made her become a millionaire. No, no, no. Let me tell you, I am just me. But when you're listening, you should be going, oh my gosh, the very fact that I can hear this woman has created success means I am vibrationally more
Yes.
aligned with
Oh, I love
success.
it.
The very fact that she's been able to do that, I should feel so happy for her. And I should feel so grateful for myself that I can actually get inspired by her. So it's like every time you hear of somebody else's success, use that as a catalyst to
Yes.
help you become more magnetic to what you want. But even if what they've created isn't what you want. So for instance, me, I've gone from welfare to millionaire. That might not be your thing. You might want to start a nonprofit and help, millions of people around the world. It doesn't matter if what someone has manifested or created or attracted or succeeded at is what you want. It's the feelings that you feel. It's the being
Yes.
happy that you can hear it. It's the being grateful. It's getting excited about the possibilities for yourself. So use every single person's success that you ever hear as a catalyst for you creating your own. Because honestly, that is such a powerful, powerful process that most people just don't even understand, and they misuse it. They use it to the opposite way. They
Yes.
as I said, they kind of feel that bad that they haven't created that success. They feel jealous. They feel the wrong emotions. Whereas you can actually switch that, use the right emotions, and it's going to help you become more successful.
I love that so much. And my question is it frequency that you create? Like it's almost like a abundance frequency because it's not about the money. It
Yeah.
literally is not about the physical stuff that we're talking about.
It's who you become,
Ooh,
because
I love it.
someone who is feeling broke inside, feeling like they don't have any money, feeling
Yes,
like they're really challenged, they're not on the abundance frequency. So even if there is abundance out there, and may sound metaphysical, but it's actually the brain as well, because
yes,
this is why we like to do things like affirmations and visualizations and different rituals, because the brain has been wired from caveman days that anything that is different is seen as a threat, could
yes,
potentially not just be a threat, but could potentially be deadly, whether that's someone from another tribe, a berry on a tree, an animal, it could be anything. So our brain, because it uses so much energy, like it uses something like 20% of all the energy that we take in, and
yes,
it's only 2% of our body weight. So because our brain uses so much energy, it has to become very efficient. And the easiest way for it to be efficient is just filter stuff out, like just filter it out, only allow things in that are really important. And if you're thinking about the lack that you have, how you don't have enough, how you'd love to go on a holiday, but you can't, or you'd love to buy a new house or a new car or whatever, can't do it, because you're thinking about that all the time, you are basically saying to the brain, these things are super important to me. Having no money, not being able to go on holiday, not being able to buy a nice car, these are important to me. And so therefore, when you go out into the world, the brain filters out any fabulous opportunity that might be right there in front of you, and all you can see is lack and limitation. Whereas when you switch that around, those opportunities, those experiences, those connections, the course, the whatever it is that's going to transform your life suddenly appears. So it really all comes down to mindset. Mindset is the key.
I also would love to invite you back, Sandy, because for me, it's like also, it's mindset, but I'm thinking imposter syndrome. I'm not feeling good enough. I'm not feeling worthy. And it's almost like we just touched the tip of the iceberg today. So
We have
please
touched the
come
tip.
back.
I'd love to. I'd love to.
Please, and also, this will be sent out to so many people that have not heard any of this information, so I would really love to have you back. And just thank you so much. I want to honor your journey, and also speaking out, about, and it definitely for me it's energy levels, frequencies of feeling, but with that the confidence that, like you say, changes you to really feel worthy almost of the abundance, your birthright,
Yeah.
which is abundance.
Yeah, totally. It is. It all starts with you, how you think, how you feel, and from there, the actions you take. So yeah, it all starts with the thinking.
Thank you so, so, so much. Thank you for joining me today, and I'm looking forward to having you back. And for anyone who would love to reach out to you, how can they reach you?
The easiest way is either through my website, wildlywealthy.com, or check out my podcast, Wildly Wealthy Women, the Wildly Wealthy Women podcast. It's all about
Yeehaw!
money, mindset, and manifesting.
I love it so much. And also, I will be sharing your links as well as your book. I would love to read it as well, because I do think it's such a powerful message, especially in these days, because I do feel, even though, even for the next generations to learn from our lessons that we learned the hard way, very
Exactly.
hard
And I
way.
think we live in such an amazing time that people are more open to this. Because I remember when
Yes,
I first started learning about law of attraction and I was telling people that I was a law of attraction coach, people thought
yes.
I was like, thought I was into dating or something like that.
Woo woo.
They thought it was, yeah, it was all about dating, or else it was, I was a life coach down the beach. They didn't understand what a
Yes.
coach was. They didn't understand what law of attraction was. So definitely people are more open to it now, but not just open to it. I think it's because it's got that scientific backing
Yes.
behind it now. I think because they're able to prove so much through science that your mind really is the key, that people are really open to understanding that let's change the way we think. Let's change our destiny.
Oh, I love that so much. Thank you so much, Sandy, for joining me. Looking forward to your next one. And for everyone that tuned in, thank you so much. And it couldn't be more wise to say, let's change our thinking, let's change our destiny. And therefore, really to keep on with these conversations, to say, what is making you feel stuck? But also the opposite, what would the outcome be? So I want to encourage you, if you tuned in today, you are not here accidentally. You are here for a reason. And may this conversation, Sandy's book, inspire you to know that you too are destined. It's not just for some of us, it really is for all of us. Destined for greatness, destined to fulfill your destiny, and with that, live a life of abundance. Keep on writing, everyone, and keep on shining.
Just watch me shine.